Jesus.
No hot spots. What's going on, guys? So today we are going to jump right into the swing of things. As you know, when I bought this car, there was, to put it politely, a lot wrong with it. It was a show car-ish that I was going to turn into a race car, which I feel like I've successfully accomplished, but I digress. So on the spec sheet, when I bought the car, there was also, you know, like they list the parts, like wheel suspension, all this. There was one for engine, and on the engine there was a list of parts that, the first and foremost being ARP head bolts, which there's not. These are AutoZone head bolts. It was an AutoZone head gasket on the car, and it said there was an aftermarket cam too, but I have a feeling this is just a bone stock LS with no aftermarket improvement mods, let's put it that way. I feel lied to. I feel like I paid money for something that wasn't there, and that sucks. And
you can't directly check, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't tell what cam's in the car. You can't tell, people say built motor. You can't tell if there's pistons, you can't tell if there's rods without disassembling it. Nobody does. So anytime people are like selling my built, that if they don't have a build sheet with exact part numbers or receipts or anything, be wary, right?
Right, and when I was young, when I bought this car, obviously that was a mistake I made, not knowing who the seller was personally, and not having an actual build sheet, etc. That's why we're in this predicament. Normally that wouldn't be an issue because we're upgrading everything, but because I had assumed there were ARP head bolts in the car, we were going to reuse those, but finding out there's AutoZone bolts, we cannot reuse these. It is a holiday weekend, everything is closed. We had anticipated on doing a first start today, but we spent the past couple hours trying to figure out where we can find head bolts. Fortunately, Rob was able to find some replacement bolts that we're gonna have to use. It's not a boosted engine, so we should be okay with the power we were putting down. In fact, we will be okay. It's more the situation that we've been put in where we anticipated on doing the first start today, and after tearing apart this engine, finding out that all the information I was given on it was completely incorrect. I bought something that was bone stock and paid extra for something I thought had a little bit of modification to it that looks loose.
Yeah. It's supposed to have a little, but this is excessive.
That's a lot of play. All I can really say, you guys, is if you're gonna buy a car with an engine, just try and get a build sheet with a shop name to it so you can call them, and if anything, they're responsible. I don't know.
Built motor?
From the get-go, this car has been a headache. I'm not saying this is a headache, this is just a small bump in the road. I don't know that we'll be able to finish it today. We're gonna do our best to get everything together, but having to spend a couple hours trying to source bolts on a holiday weekend definitely took some time. But yeah, just be careful when you're buying stuff, engines specifically. That's all I can say.
Do you know who you bought this from?
Yeah, I know exactly who I bought it from.
Let's make a phone call.
I don't want to throw them under the bus.
That's not under the bus. You can be like, wait a minute.
I mean, I bought this car like 8 years ago. What am I supposed to do? Call him back 8 years later? Yo, man, there ain't ARP head bolts in this. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I want a refund. I want my money back. I'm just curious to see if it's a cam. They said it was an aftermarket cam in the car. I have a feeling it's a stock LS cam. That's what will bother me, but I'll get over it.
We'll find out here in a minute.
I do not blame the owner for this. To be honest with you, I don't think the owner knew. He's cool, I have no problem with him. I haven't talked to him for several years, but this is not a beef post. This is just I thought my engine, I mean, who knows? Maybe there's still an aftermarket cam in it, but so far, I'm gonna lean on the side of it's stock. Should we take votes?
I think it's stock. I think what to focus on here is how do you check if a motor's built? When people say it's built, right? Like, what do? You ask for receipts? They should have pictures. So anytime you build something, like even here, document you do it. So if you ever go to sell it, you can show like, hey, here's the cam we put in, here's the spec sheet of the cam, here's the lift and duration. Like when you got this, you didn't get any of that. Right. It just said cam.
Mind you, at the time too, I didn't know to ask for that, but you know, it's okay. So, all right, let's just, Sean bless his soul, is here today. Sean's on his way to go pick up these bolts. We're gonna continue disassembling the engine. What do you whispering over there?
What?
What?
Bless my soul too.
That's why I was like, I'm just gonna cut that in post, and everybody started saying it. All right, we're gonna continue disassembling this and see what else on this spec sheet isn't on the engine. All right, here's the head. Do you want to see these head gaskets?
So here's an OEM from Chevy head gasket. It's a MLS, which is a multi-layer steel.
So, AutoZone head gasket. I don't know why I took my gloves off. Terrible idea.
Yeah, why? Look at how much stuff there still is.
Yeah, look at all that residue. I'm gonna have to take a razor blade to that to get all that off.
Do you need assistance?
Yes, please. Oh God, I got one off.
Needle nose?
Oh God, Rob making everything look easy.
That's why I don't go to the club. Make everything look too easy.
On the listing too, it did say that this was dynoed at 400 horsepower. Realistically, that is a bone stock LS. Rob made a good point again that it was probably 300.
330 wheel, yeah.
330 wheel, he says, and this is gonna be a big upgrade.
Hey, remember that egg on my face?
I didn't film the part where Rob had egg on his face, so Skylar slopped the food off his face.
You didn't get that, did you? One more take. No.
Okay, I'm gonna disassemble this half, remove the lifters right now, and then we'll probably do one set at a time. I was asking Rob where this went, and I just looked at him and went zzz, and he knew what I was talking about. I have a problem using words.
Brushing your teeth at this hour? Oh! Are you using a wire brush on that?
No, it's rubber.
Huh?
Huh?
You repeat yourself? I love it when people repeat themselves.
Hey, you guys remember my little motor mount spacers?
They look like crap.
They look great.
Gentle. Gentle.
I just had a bad image.
You're not pole starting a lawnmower.
No,
Each beat's a little different.
well, right now I'm looking to see if this is a comp cam's camera or not, and it's not. This is a stock GM cam. It's not printed on the back. We could have just looked on the back side of the block, but it's more fun to pull it out. So yeah, stock cam, you guys. Not to worry, we're gonna replace it anyways. So for preventative measures.
Doesn't it roll on?
There's so many bad jokes in
This is so
whole day.
terrible.
Oh. Treat her gently. Are we the only people that make sexual innuendos whenever you're shoving a cam in a block? So it's just me? I mean, I feel like it's like a needed thing.
I think Rob hates us right now.
He so badly just wants that cam in there.
You guys are giving it foreplay. I'm like, put it in already.
Stop making eye contact with me. This is strange. Alright, I think at some point the camera just wasn't recording, it wasn't turned on, but the camera was installed. After that, I stepped outside because I started to feel really nauseous and sick and lightheaded. I don't know if it's the fumes getting to me or the exhaustion catching up for me. I'm just non-stop for the past 5 days now, no sleep, trying to get these cars going before the end of the year. So Rob went ahead and finished up with the timing. Actually, he's doing that right now. And I'm gonna get an energy drink and start feeling better so we can crush this and move on to the next one. Huge thank you to Comp Cams for supplying everything we needed for the heads and cam upgrade. Also to Katech for CNC porting out my heads. If you guys are in the market to have your heads ported, I would highly recommend Katech. They're offering a deal right now. Just tell them you saw it in this video, $4.99, and they will CNC port your heads for you.
Isn't it normally like 800 bucks?
Yeah, usually it's expensive, so it's a good deal. I would hop on it.
Half off. That's a deal.
Alright, so it's time to put the heads on. Again, the head bolts we have, they may not be ARP, but that's okay. We will, if I do decide to supercharge or turbo the car, I will want to rebuild the bottom end anyway, so I'll just upgrade it when it comes to that. But right now, the power level is fine. Hey, put the heads on!
Yo, Rob, that hoodie's pretty dope though. Where'd you get it?
Shop.ameliahartford.com if you guys want to support the channel. There's also a Patreon page as well.
Let Comp Cam wrap your Christmas presents from now on. Look at that.
Wait, got it. Head, valve cover, oil pan, all that's back on. We're gonna start working on the other side now. And here she is. Damn, Daniel. It's appropriate because I got the white pants on. Do you know what the R stands for?
Rob.
Really fast.
So we were gonna get a 92 millimeter throttle body, and I saw you got a 102.
Yep.
Surprise!
Intake is on. This looks so sick, you guys. Next up, install the clutch. Hey Rob, I have a question for you.
Yep.
For people who have a non-street legal race car, how do they break in their clutch? Do you just drive on the track for 300 miles? Like, what do you do?
300 miles? No. You do a lap. You do some deceleration, and you send it. Like, that's it.
That's it?
That's it.
Like how many miles though? It's not like 300 miles?
From the rear tires or the front tires?
Do you do the same thing for a daily?
No. Maybe.
I'm beyond dead. Rob's carrying the energy for the both of us.
What about, I'm chopped liver over here?
Oh yeah, I forgot you were here. I'm just kidding. Dude, check this out. This is so sick. This is sick. This looks so sick, you guys. So, manifold's on. Check this out. Look, you can fist the thing. Look how large it is. Mine, I don't know where my engine is. Oh, it's up there, but it's like tapered and like super small. Like I don't think I can get my fist through that as like a gauge. This thing is huge. My God. My concern moving forward is going to be whether or not the bottom end can handle the power. Well, we'll see. I'm gonna have Rob's tuner tune it, so that'll be coming soon. You guys will have a good old dyno day, and so will I. I am exhausted, bear with me. As you guys know, it's been a very long 5 days in a row of non-stop work, so.
Wait, we should put money down on how long before she blows the bottom end.
Let's not bet on when I blow my bottom end. That sounds like a terrible idea.
I'd say 6 track days. Maybe 2 drag races.
8 months.
That's about 6 track days for you.
When it's all in knowing the condition of the rod bearings is about it, right?
Okay, well that's gonna wrap up today.
I'm guessing they're OEM. I'm guessing they're OEM.
I think that's a safe bet. It's a safer bet than my bottom end.
Oh. Bottom end joke. Yeah.
Oh God. All right, I think we're all just exhausted right now. Okay, so I don't know that I'll be finishing it. I think Rob's gonna be finishing buttoning all this together, putting the engine in. I don't know if Shell will be joining, but thank you for your help, Rob.
The master, LS master, the sensei of LS's, if that was a thing in America.
If you guys don't already follow him on Instagram, make sure you do. I'm gonna put his @ right here. I'm gonna close out here.
I've seen a lot of hair in my life, and these look great.
I'm deliriously losing it.
They're gonna suck really well.
Yeah,
All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm excited to down this thing. I'm excited to put it on a quarter mile. Ecrew, we out here with love. Bye. So we were just talking about, more like I was just venting, and I'm gonna share it with you guys about how I feel like I can never post about this car being built, not bought, because I did buy it with the LS. Mind you, everything was finger loose. The car had overheating issues. It wasn't idling properly. It wasn't running properly. It was spitting black fuel. It didn't come with any seats. It was basically a pile. I bought a project show car that wasn't properly built or taken care of, and I'm building into a race car. So, I mean, comment below. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts. I don't know at what point I can consider something bought or built, not bought, since I bought a project, but I've since built the project. I don't know. I'm just sharing this with you guys. Rob brought up a good point. I just can't seem to remember it right now. Oh yeah, I bought a project that I built. Just share this with you guys.